Buff Nation, what is going on? Gonna dive into some of the defensive grades, specifically against the run in this video from our defense, and talk about some of my insights, takeaways, surprises. Of course, I want to know what y'all think, so please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That way, this stuff can be shared with Buffs fans all over the world. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started looking at the run grades. Very, very interesting. Okay. Let me get over to this tab. First thing that really sticks out, somebody who is getting a lot of credit this week, as they should be. Chidozie Nwankwo looked the part. A 75.3 grade against the run is fantastic. Absolutely love that. 2 tackles. He also had a sack in the pass rushing, but we're talking about just the run category here. And he also had 2 stops from an interior position. If you're not familiar with that stat, it's a tackle to end a drive on 3rd or 4th down, which was great. Average depth of tackle. This is interesting. 1.5 yards, so guys aren't getting past him as they shouldn't be if a nose tackle's making the tackle. Somebody else who played very well against the run, and I would agree, was Shiloh Sanders. He was all over the place. Of course, he had a penalty later on in the game that I've talked about before, but if you're just looking at his performance in the run game, he was somebody who was definitely an asset, and he's somebody that, hey, even when North Dakota State is bringing in 2-3 tight end sets, you can still have him out there and know that you're still having a plus run defender, even with facing bigger set offenses in that way. Now, somebody that I do want to see more of, even though I like the performances of Levante Bentley and Trevor Woods, is Nikhai Hill-Green. He had 8 snaps total. He had 4 against the run, as you can see, 70.8 grade. He had 2 tackles, solo tackles on those 4 snaps. Crazy efficiency. Average depth of tackle, 4.5 yards. I want to see more of him. Few other guys. Shane Cokes has been absolutely obliterated this offseason and grades out as a top 4 run defender. Our second best defensive lineman against the run outside of Chidozie Nwankwo. How about that? Even proving me wrong, right? I was surprised to see him get the start, but 68.0, I believe. I'll take a look at this. I believe that's higher than anything that we saw from him last year against the run as well. If you guys just give me a minute here. Yeah, against the run. Actually, no, he did have a couple high games against UCLA, Arizona State. But fact remains, he was great for us this past week. And Arden Walker, and the limited snaps that he got in there, both in the pass rush and in the run, I thought he made a nice little difference. Trevor Woods was somebody that, while I think he could be a little bit more of a liability in the pass game than we would like to admit, I thought that he was very instinctual on Thursday night and had a very good outing. 6 total tackles, 4 stops, and I think that's the thing that I noticed the most. Him and Dayon Hayes, they were the ones making the tackles to end these drives. Like some of our best players who I thought were best performing, these were also the guys making the stops on 3rd and 4th down for us. Shane Cokes, Chidozie Nwankwo, Levante Bentley with 3 stops, Dayon Hayes with 4, Trevor Woods with 4. That was all very, very encouraging to see. So BJ Green, of course, was great in the run, as was Travis Hunter. Preston Hodge made some great open field tackles. They weren't necessarily against the run, but I thought he played really, really great, along with, of course, Dayon Hayes, who just really popped off the screen with his level of play in both the run and the pass. So kind of interesting. We'll see if we see more BJ Green, Dayon Hayes combinations against Nebraska. I'm a little bit more or rather, I would prefer to see that a little bit more. Maybe Arden Walker. Samuel Okunloa did struggle against the run a little bit. As you can see, he had a little bit of a lesser grade than those three gentlemen that I just mentioned. But yeah, Levante Bentley, I was still surprised to see him down here at 59.1, just because I thought he played a little bit better than that grade. But of course, take these grades not as completely objective data, but it does kind of give you an idea on what the people at PFF are thinking about these guys' performances. It's okay to disagree. I don't necessarily agree with every grade here, but I did want to share this data in case you guys were wondering how our players were performing. And again, some big takeaways. Arden Walker at the top of the list, Shane Cokes, Nakai Hill-Green. And when we look at one of my favorite statistics, stops, Trevor Woods, Dayon Hayes, Levante Bentley, Chidozie Nwankwo, Shane Cokes leading the way in those categories. So I want to give credit to those guys. I'm positive Robert Livingston's going to have some more creative stuff dialed up for us defensively against Nebraska, against a true freshman starting quarterback. We can't just let him go in there and understand we're playing the same vanilla, single high man defense every single time or 80% of the time. That's not going to be the case. I think we are going to be giving him a little bit of a rougher introduction to college football than what he got last week against, was it UTEP, I believe. So y'all let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. Thank you guys so much. I will be back with another video again soon. And as always, y'all, go Buffs.